You may have heard that you should get out of debt as soon as possible. It's not that simple. You can actually use debt to make more money. I think the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is the biggest advantage of real estate. You can use other people's money to increase your return on investment. Using mortgages can help you invest in real estate sooner and buy more properties than you can afford out of pocket, so you can start investing and compounding your money early on. Let's just say you had $100,000 laying around and you wanted to buy real estate. So you decide you want to invest that money in one rental property. So you rent that property out for $1,100 a month and your expenses are $300. That's a profit of $800 a month or $9,600 a year. Your investment was $100,000 and your annual profit is just under $10,000. That's about a 10% return on investment. Look, this is totally respectable and solid, but what if you wanted to get more from your $100,000? Enter mortgage. Let's say you use your $100,000 as down payments on 4 properties. You can rent out each property for $1,100 a month, and since you have a mortgage, your expenses would be about $700. So your annual profit would be $4,800, but that's each property. You have 4 properties. This would give you an annual profit of about $19,000. So your investment was $100,000 and your annual profit is $19,000. That's a 19% return on investment. You'd be getting $19,000 a year from your $100,000 instead of only $10,000 because you're using a mortgage. This is just the cash flow, the money that would be going into your pocket. Then you can use all this extra cash flow to buy even more properties. Let's say your property has a 3% increase in value per year. If you have a single $100,000 property, it would increase about $3,000 a year. But what if you want more? Using a mortgage does not diminish that capital appreciation. If you use your money on down payments on 4 properties, each property can go up $3,000 a year for a total of $12,000 a year. This is in addition to your cash flow. Let's say you use mortgages to buy rental properties. You rent out to tenants and the rental payments are more than your expenses. Part of your mortgage payments are going toward principal, so over time you're increasing your equity. So you bought 4 properties, each worth $100,000, and you only spent $100,000. And at the end of the loan, you'd own all of those properties. This increased equity is in addition to the cash flow and capital appreciation. Are you excited? I'm excited. You can write off all the mortgage interest you pay for your rental properties. If you use a mortgage, your profit margins on each property would be thinner. You can write off the depreciation of your rental properties even while they appreciate. The amount of depreciation you can write off on your properties doesn't diminish if you use a mortgage. When using a mortgage, the thinner profit margins and the deduction write-offs can make it easier to write off a loss for tax purposes while at the same time profiting more. And this is legal. You can pretty much not pay taxes on your rental income. The numbers I used were simplified to help me explain better. You don't have to wait until you have $100,000 to buy multiple properties. You can start sooner by just buying one.